New books for my new place. The houses don't match here, the people don't match here, but that's Canada. Everyone's just like, welcome to the metro, for people who live in the middle of nowhere. Oh hey, this book's good. I've wanted to ride in those buses for years, but if I ever did, I probably wouldn't like them so much. Just like that museum, they're nicer from the outside. This is the outside of McGill. It's cold, it's closed. But not to me. There's dangers everywhere. Let's try do this in one. It's gonna be snug. This is downtown where I did yoga. You know the deal by now. I read most of my books at these stations for the last 5 years on my way to work because the lighting is incredible. You know, life can't be that bad because there are always more rainbows and there are always more books. And so the country is, again, Germany. I'm sorry I lied to you. The thing is, I was planning on doing a separate country each time. That's why I did the whole thing last time. But I got so hooked on German literature and I realized that maybe I should just try complete a country. You know, I should really just get a good, solid understanding of what German literature is before I move on. Because otherwise, I just wasn't sure if I was just reading a small part of what might represent Germany, and then you don't really, I wanted like a solid understanding of what it was I was reading. So I've gone back to Germany and I've started a new video series which might have been uploaded by now. I've just finished recording it earlier today. And yeah, so let's go through. So we got some more German books here. Far more, you probably haven't heard of some of these, but these are all fantastic. So to start, we have The Lully Plays by Frank Wedekind. Let's get some light there. There we go. So I don't really know about these, but I do know that this was the playwright that made Spring Awakening, which is my favorite musical. So Spring Awakening was a play that I could read according to the chaotic age of German literature, but this is the only other one that was listed. So there's actually 3 plays in here. It's a collection of all of his other works, and yeah, so I've got no idea. The cover suggests that there's, again, it's about the social expectations of what sex is and the kind of censorship of sex in the early 20th century, but we'll see how that is. So the Lully Plays. So plays first. Then we have The Visit, and that's the actual cover. Like, that isn't weathered, that's actually weathered right now. That's how old this book is. So this is The Visit by Friedrich Dürrenmatt. Again, another play, and this is actually the newer copy of the book. They wanted to give me the original first edition, but it was falling apart. So yeah, I mean, the cover and just the book is so old and it's presented so nicely that I'm sure this is going to be a great play. So 2 plays. Then next, a cover which tells you basically nothing, but this is, if I can get it right, this is Bobrowski, Shadowlands. This is poetry. I believe that this was a Jewish author who was in the camps, you know. I think he was in the Nazi death camps, and he wrote this afterwards. So this has probably got some reflections of World War II quite specifically. There is someone has bent a lot of pages. This is the perks of having a library book. Someone has already done their own kind of analysis or made their own notes, and you can kind of see what someone else would see from the book. So it's almost a correspondence of sorts, which makes it a lot much nicer than just having a fresh, plain book that everyone else buys, mass-produced kind of thing. So 2 plays and 1 poem. Next we have, again, can't really judge these books by their covers because this kind of looks a bit broken. That's tape as well, so this has been well read. I can tell that this has been quite a popular book. It's called Billiards at 9:30 by Heinrich Böll. I think this is about a soldier who is either out of duty or he's finished the war and he has literally nothing to do, and he's kind of stuck in one place, and the only way he gets through it is that every morning at 9:30 he plays billiards. He gets really good at it, and I think this appealed to me because during the pandemic now, like, I'm stuck in this apartment for another month. Like, a lot of people are trapped, and you have to build these routines just to help you get through time. And I think this is a book which is literally that. Like, it's actually a real account of someone who did this, which I'm not sure if it's real. It might not be autobiographical, but it's at least it's an account of the same thing that we're kind of going through. And that's actually meant to be a short novel. I think the book makes it look bigger than it is, because this is the real big one. I've saved the big one for last. This is The Sleepwalkers by Herman Broch. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, I'm sorry. This is actually 3 novels in one book. It's a trilogy. And I don't know. I don't really know much about this. Again, I read some reviews on GoodReads and it seemed very much like what I'm looking for with this video series. It seems very much to be a very important German novel. And yeah, it's very highly rated. I think it's going to be a bit tough to get through just because of its size, and it's just but I know literally nothing about this. And this is the great thing about using a library, is that you don't really have to know if you're going to like the book. You have to know very little about the book, because if I don't like it, I'm just not going to read it. I'll pick it up. If I don't like it, I'll stop. I used to be someone who would always stop if I didn't, who would always complete a book. I used to be someone who would always complete a book no matter what. But when you use a library, you don't have to. Like, time is limited, there's so many books. I'm sure you probably haven't heard of any of these books, because I hadn't a few weeks ago, but I found them on the Western Canon list for the Chaotic Age, and I want to try cover as much of that as I can, and I'm going to integrate all these into my my video series. So yeah, 2 plays, 1 poem, a short novel, and a large novel. Got 5 books this time, 1 up from last time, and I'm thinking this is going to be the last German book haul. I'm probably not going to do this again, because that would probably cover Germany, but also, like, I think I don't want to do all of Germany all at once. It might be a little bit too much. So we'll see. Who knows when the next library haul will be. It's going to be in England, so this is probably the last Montreal, last Canadian library haul. So yeah, no more bag next time. Who knows if I'll have a bag. I don't know. Anyways, so these are the books I'm going to be reviewing shortly. These 5. So look out for them. I probably will try and finish them before early February. Doesn't give me a lot of time, but we'll see how far I get. If I might have to skip a few, or just, be quite quick about it. So yeah, if you like that, comment. I'd be interested in hearing what you think I should read. And yeah, happy reading.